Hi, Dr. Mancini here, and I want to give you a quick insight about this principle of balancing demands with recovery. And in Chinese medicine, we can call it yin and yang, or basically trying to always maintain what we call dynamic balance. Not static balance, nothing stays the same. It's always dynamic. One's higher, one's lower, one's higher. Just like in life. There's days you push hard, and then you need to make sure you balance it out with recovery. If you're constantly pushing, as a lot of athletes do, as I used to do when I was in competition, it was all about striving for high levels of fitness, but disregarding health. What would happen? We would train hard, compete, but then we'd be broken down. So I've learned from experience, and that experience has taught me that as I bring up my demands, if I can bring up my recovery, then I can always have this balancing act where I can continue to push because I'm constantly focusing on recharging and recovering. Now, demands can come physically. You need to manage, you need to balance it out with physical recovery. Demands are chemical recovery. That means eating, dietary, especially during the time of year when we're eating a whole bunch of non-foods like sugars and other stuff. You need to make sure you offset it. What would that look like? You're increasing your greens, you're increasing your water intake. You might be doing some intermittent fasting to give your body some time to cleanse and detox. And then the third demand is emotional demands. Now, emotional demands are huge. And as you push your body emotionally, you need to find ways to offset the emotional demands with emotional recovery, which are things like the traditional practices like meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, prayer, very powerful. Just disconnecting from the world, going for a walk on the beach, reminding yourself what your purpose is, who do you love, who are you grateful for, really filling up those reserves on the emotional level. Okay, so always think about balancing demands with recovery, either physical demands, emotional demands, or chemical demands. If you do that and you're constantly in balance, you're never going to get burned out, or you're going to get burned out less often. You always come in a full tank instead of depleted. So consider that process, share your success.